Hey everyone, I wanted to briefly just pass along a couple of announcements that I shared Wednesday night in rehearsal, but I know some of you weren't able to make it. And so I just wanted to make sure that I get this word out so that everyone is understanding of what's happening and where we're going, and so that we're all on the same page. As you know, our church is getting ready to undertake probably one of the biggest transformations that we've ever done. This is new for all of us here at Owasso First Assembly, and the first phase of that is as we go into our construction, then our sanctuary is going to be moving into the gym. And so you're going to be hearing a lot of different things about transitions and different ministries transitioning. And so can I just encourage you, over the past several weeks in rehearsal, we've been talking about different things involving the character of the artist, the character of the worship leader, the character of just the person in general. And can I encourage you that over these next few months, as we figure out what's working best, as we are working to continue to build the kingdom, that you would have an attitude of servanthood, and that you would just say, you know, whatever needs to be done, I'm willing to step up and help in every area. And I understand when changes and transitions need to be made. So can I encourage you just to keep that attitude with you throughout this time? A couple things that are involved, that are going to involve the music department specifically, that I wanted to let you know, is starting in September, the first Wednesday in September, we're going to be pushing a Christmas choir. We're going to be doing a Christmas concert again in December. And this year, I want to do a huge Christmas choir. I want to try to get as many people out as we can. If you remember back in the day, OFA used to have a big choir every Sunday, but we want to get that excitement going again for a big Christmas choir. And so one of the things that we're going to be doing is every Wednesday at 6:30, we're going to be having Christmas choir rehearsal, and that's only going to go until like 6:55. So anyone can be involved if they're involved in the connection or you know, any kind of other groups, the women's Bible study. They can still come to rehearsal. They can learn the songs, and then they can go into their other groups. So that's going to be something exciting that we're going to do, and I need your help to help really promote that and really recruit people that you know have been in choir in the past or just like to sing, that they would come and get involved in the Christmas choir. And that's going to be a really fun thing that I'm excited about. The second thing is our worship choir on Sundays. During the transition, we feel like some adjustments need to be made. And so one of the things that we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting the worship choir on recess. Basically what that means is we won't have worship choir on Sundays. And we won't have a worship choir rehearsal on Wednesdays. So that's going to free you up if you've been in the worship choir, that's going to free you up to be a part of other ministries on Wednesdays and on Sundays. If you want to be a greeter, I want to encourage you to be a greeter. Get involved in that, but find ways that you can get involved on Sundays and on Wednesdays. So the worship choir is going to be going on recess. So what does that time frame look like? Well, we are going to continue to have worship choir rehearsals with the orchestra until August 15th, Wednesday, August 15th. That will be our last full rehearsal for worship choir. The next Wednesday, and this is all going to be on the email, all the details. The next Wednesday, August 22nd, we'll still meet. But we're going to do some kind of a fellowship just to hang out. We haven't got to do that in a while. Just to hang out, just to let our hair down a little bit and enjoy some time together. But the 15th will be our last worship choir. The transition is planned to happen to the gym on August 26th, that Sunday, and so that will be the first Sunday that we don't have worship choir. Okay, so I just want to make sure you're aware of that. August 15th will be our last rehearsal, and then we'll sing that following Sunday, and then the following Wednesday, the 22nd, we won't have a rehearsal. We'll just have a fellowship, and then that will be leading up to our transition time, and we won't have worship choir as we move into the gym. So what does that mean for you? As I said earlier, this is the perfect opportunity to get involved in other ministries, such as the prayer at 9 o'clock, such as greeter ministry. If you haven't been able to do a CLC class, get involved in a CLC class. But more than anything, I need you to be the leaders of worship in the congregation. I need you to help show and be an example of what that is to worship. For the orchestra, there were some questions about the orchestra. We will still have orchestra on Sunday mornings. So we still will have the full orchestra set up on Sunday mornings. I don't know yet what our rehearsal time is going to look like. My plan is right now that on Wednesdays we still will have orchestra and some kind of vocal rehearsal, but we will still have an orchestra, cover new songs, cover everything for Sunday. That's my plan right now. Again, once we get into that process, we may have to readjust and see if the facility is working, if the space is working, what we need to do there. But we will continue to have orchestra on Sundays and a rehearsal on Wednesday. So that as far as Wednesdays, like I said, I don't have the full details yet. I'm working that out. But in the email, I've included all the details that we know up to this point. And as we get closer, I'll be sure and share other details that we have. Another question was with the orchestra on Christmas choir. Right now, our Wednesdays at 6:30 is going to only be choir. But as we get closer, I'll probably work on splitting that time up, and we'll have the orchestra come in sometimes, we'll have the choirs come in sometimes. I haven't hashed all that out yet, but we will have orchestra for the Christmas choir as well, so we'll be talking about the times there. So any questions that you have, please feel free to email me, call me, come see me. I'll be glad to talk with you about anything that I can help with. I love you guys. I'm excited to where we're going. I think moving during this time into a seasonal choir, because after Christmas we're going to move right into an Easter kind of deal. So I think moving into a seasonal choir, hopefully with the adjusted rehearsal time, is going to help other people get involved that weren't able to commit beforehand. And so it's going to be a wonderful time. I encourage you to be flexible as we kind of figure out where we're going, but be the examples, be the leaders that God has called you to be. Love you guys. I'll see you later.